Hello guys, welcome in today's crypto technical analysis. Today we're going to do a multiple time frame analysis for Bitcoin, Cardano and HOT. I'm going to start from recent tweet. We had, as you remember, audio provided 52%, followed our plan with a time factor. That 31st of March, I was talking about UTC time, 4 a.m. Keep an eye onto it, local top, and we expected a minor correction. And as you can see, we catch from the bottom on the 28th, and we saw massive pump in the market. And as you can see from this gold line, we saw 31st of March, a decent correction, and then we started pumping all the way up to target number 1. I think it's time to exit that I mentioned and explained in the last video. The next one is going to be HOT. I provided the setup on the 24th and 25th of March on the YouTube. I provided detailed technical analysis. Resistance, perfect rejection to the dollar, came to the support, and then from the upper line of this blue line, we held it and we saw massive 45% profit. And this is a spot without a leverage. And if you're doing a leverage, you do the math with a 5 and maximum 10 times. And recently I reached finally 10,000 followers on Twitter. If you're not following me, you can follow me via Twitter for the market and instant updates via Twitter at @the_magnate. I really appreciate for your support. Starting from HOT price action, as soon as we came to the resistance, high time frame resistance, as you can see, 3 times rejection right from the resistance line, and we saw a pullback in the market. And keep an eye on to this lower time frame support, which is around 6,700. And as soon as we're going to lose this support line, which is likely at the moment, and we're going to do a multiple time frame analysis for the BTC, and highly likely we might end up in this support. That's going to be 62 all the way up to 58, 59. However, I'm not going to talk about this support. It is very early for us to talk about this support level at this stage. As soon as we're going to catch a nice entry from this support, I will provide in the coming videos or in the next posts via Twitter the target levels. Before we move on to Cardano price action, if you guys are learning and enjoying from the contents, do not forget to like the video, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe and activate the bell so you do not miss the accurate market updates. The Cardano at the moment is at heavy resistance that I mentioned in the recent post, 28th of March. I was talking about 120 and 130 as going to be heavy resistance, and we were expecting the pullback to the support level. However, we get the pullback to the lower time frame support. At this moment, I'm expecting again, because the price action seems quite weak, without claiming this level, which is highly unlikely at this stage, 125 level, I'm expecting to come this time to test the lower time frame support. If we're going to see a decent correction from the BTC, highly likely we're going to lose this support, and I'm expecting to see price action to come to this support. That's going to be at around $1 and $1.10. Once we're going to reach to this level, and I'm expecting a massive pump from Cardano. Moving on to BTC. Last night we closed a weekly candle with this red one, and as expected again, that's why we call it this resistance as a strong resistance, and as well as this support, strong support. These levels we were following over 2 months now. As soon as we broke $48,000 and $50,000, I provided this strong support, and we expected to hold this level nearly to the dollar. Second time, 24th of February, the Russia and Ukraine issue, and I was expecting to pump all the way up to this resistance. And I also mentioned that DCA is going to be from these levels are going to be an ideal, and we saw 46% from the strong support all the way up to strong resistance. And if you're doing a leverage, again, you do the math for yourself. The weekly time frame, as long as we're going to be below this resistance, which I'm keep mentioning that's why we call it strong resistance and strong support. It's not that easy to break in one go and claim it as a support. And if we're going to see a rejection from here, in this episode, we're going to discuss how far we're going to dump in the market. Moving on to a daily time frame. Based on a daily time frame, as soon as we broke $39,000, $40,000, based on a mid time frame as well, we claimed as a support, and then we started pumping. Those levels provided again 2 weeks in advance, especially $40,000 and $41,000. If you remember that we've been following the smart money system, and we saw another 20% pump in the market. So at the moment, if you manage to short from there, which I was talking about, this is going to be a strong one. Again, I was talking about that days and days in advance, weeks in advance. So we saw another 8% dump in the market. Market is expecting to break in one go, claim it as a support, and then they're expecting to go all the way up to, in the first place, 52 and followed by $55,000. However, I'm not giving too much weight on this scenario, and for me it's going to be ideal if we're going to get rejection from here, which we got it as we were expecting this rejection, and I'm expecting a further consolidation in the market, which I was talking about in the last videos, maybe 10 days, maybe 2 weeks. And if we're going to get that around here, the consolidation, as long as we're going to be above 42 and ideally $43,000 daily time frame, will be safe. And the next time, it may not be a challenging for us to break this strong resistance for the short and mid-term 4-hour time frame. Before we move on to further analysis, if you want to learn all these technical analysis, what I'm showing, and if you want to become an independent professional trader, or you're interested in the institutional trading system, you can message me via Telegram at Magnate8, and 101 Intense Masterclass is available, where I'm going to teach you how to become a professional trader in the market, and it only takes you 5 to 10 hours to master this all. And during the course, you will learn day trading, i.e. scalping, swing, and as well as the long-term as an investor trading systems. Based on a 4-hour time frame, claiming this smart money as a support 40,000 to the dollar, as you can see, and then again we claimed $41,000, and then we started pumping all the way to the high time frame resistance, which was a strong resistance, all the way up to 48,000 plus. And I was talking about this $41,000 and $40,000 in advance over 2 weeks. So we saw massive 20% pump in the market, and if you're doing a leverage 10 times 200%, 5 times 100% in less than 2 weeks. 4 hours still under the bull's control, as long as we're going to be remaining above lower time frame support, which is $45,000, 4 hour will remain under the bull's control. However, losing this level with the lower line of this support, 4 hour will enter under the consolidation. In order to stay bullish based on a 4-hour time frame, we have to protect in the coming days $43,000, the upper line of this support. 2-hour time frame. Based on a 2-hour time frame, as soon as we claimed $40,000 as a support, as you can see, and then 2-hour as well as the 4-hour time frame provided a bullish setup. However, in the coming 24 to 48 hours maximum, we're going to lose this support, which is acting as a resistance for 2 hours at the moment. 2-hour will go under the bear's control. However, claiming $47,000 ideally, then 2-hour will start moving towards the bullish territory, and then we're going to face again with a higher time frame strong resistance. 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame showing a big weakness, still is trying to remain under the bull's control. $46,800 and $47,000 are extremely important in order to claim this level for the 1-hour time frame. Otherwise, we might get highly likely rejection, and then losing that level with the upper line of this 46,200, 300 levels, 1 hour as well as 2 hour will enter under the bear's control. These are the levels, play level to level. We came to an end of this episode, and if you guys enjoyed it, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.